Don Peoples, Deadbolt. Let's talk about it. And yeah, let's get into this one. So obviously, man, I know a lot of y'all have heard what happened to Mr. R. Kelly, Mr. 12 Play. You know, it's not looking good for Brother Man at all. It looks like my man has now been officially indicted in New York on 9 federal counts. And some of these are including like racketeering, sex crimes, human trafficking, obstruction of justice, and kidnapping. Now sentencing begins on May 4th, and he can get between 10 and life. Now this situation, man, is definitely crazy, but it's one of those situations to where who allowed Mr. R. Kelly to operate this long? So my question is, why did the industry keep R. Kelly trapped in the closet until now? I mean, he was dealing with Aaliyah obviously back when, she was 15 years old. God bless the dead. We'll never know the real stint of their relationship, but obviously they got married, and R. Kelly, I think, married her to kind of subdue the fact that, he was sleeping around with her. And, they was having inappropriate relations. So the best thing, and I think a lawyer probably told him this, is you better marry the girl. Allegedly, she was pregnant at one point in time. And I guess that's where the whole age ain't nothing but a number came from. So R. Kelly's been dealing with these demons for a long time, paying a lot of money to suppress these demons, and has been going around dealing with underage girls for a long time. I remember it like it was yesterday, when the sex tape came out. And, R. Kelly was in a situation at that time to where many people, including myself, even though I wasn't that abreast on law, I was young, I knew, I was like, yo, man, the way this dude was in that tape, he had some adult chicks. They was young, but they was adults. And he also had some underage girls in there. And the way that he was abusing these women and just totally mutilating them, so to speak, sexually. You know what I mean? Like, that had to be one of the most freakiest, kinkiest porns we ever seen. And this was a situation where this was all on DVD. I remember niggas was selling that on the campus for $10. You know what I mean? And I remember watching the R. Kelly trial and just not thinking homie was gonna make it through, and then all of a sudden he did. And he got back to the regularly scheduled program. Doing the best of both worlds. Living his best life. Still dropping music. Still out here respected. But my whole thing is, how was he allowed to operate this long behind the scenes? He's been dealing with these issues for over 20 years. So somebody had to be greenlighting this man's activities. And I understand he had a lot of yes men around him and stuff like that, and managers and things of that nature. But it's one of those situations to where it's still somebody that's higher up than them that knows what Mr. Kelly is doing, and they're letting it happen. But see, man, there's no secret that people, especially entertainers, dating underage women has been going on since the beginning of time. Shit, Elvis did it. But I find it so crazy how, this man can be at one point worth excess of $100 million to now being negative $2 million. They're making an example out of R. Kelly. R. Kelly has pissed some people at the top off. See, a lot of y'all still don't understand, or I think y'all do, but y'all don't like respect it, or I guess you think it's a game. That it's 1% that runs this whole world, right? So you're going to do what you're told. So Kelly Man's been trapped in the closet for a long time, and it was ironic that he had dropped that trapped in the closet at one point in time, and that whole situation, and he's a very talented individual, and to be able to write those sexual melodies, looking back on it, you can tell that there was some type of Jezebel spirit inside of R. Kelly, because it wasn't no secret. R. Kelly coming to your city, all the high school girls going to the concerts. I remember shit. He clapped one of the most famous thoughts in our day. I ain't gonna put her name out there, but she was, what I'm saying, coming back bragging and like, yeah, I slept with R. Kelly. We did this to each other, and the way she was describing it was very intimate, sexual. Like R. Kelly had a way with women. He definitely was the Pied Piper. And I think a lot of these women knew what they were doing. And even though they were younger, they still had parents and guardians that was giving them consent because the money was rolling in. It's a multi-platinum artist, songwriter, Grammy nominated, Grammy winner. I Believe I Can Fly. Like he's doing songs like that. So for him to be in a situation now to where, this man can get up to 100 years and he still has to go to court in Illinois, Chicago, Minnesota, it's not looking good, man. And he only had 5 witnesses come, and I think they probably said some true stuff because they stuck up for Mr. Kelly. They like, yo, we didn't see him do none of this, and a lot of these girls were, on Mr. Kelly, so to speak. It wasn't like he was a predator. And I think they're telling the truth when it comes to that. I just think R. Kelly was in a bad situation because once he exposed his problem, right? Because that's what it is. My man has a problem. And they got a hold of that problem, then they were able to keep that trapped in the closet to where whenever he got out of line, they can just let it out for the world to see. So it's crazy that after all the good music this man has gave us, and for us to have grown up off of R. Kelly, for his end result to be this man will probably end up dying in prison, just like Suge Knight. It's troubling, man. It's disheartening, because this could have been nipped in the bud and we could have got this man help earlier. A lot of the industry folk, y'all let this go untouched. Y'all didn't, you wanted to look past it because a lot of you are doing it. And it's crazy that he has to be the fall guy for a lot of you motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of you play with little girls, play with little boys and shit like that. Like, niggas know what goes on in the industry. So, for him to have to take the fall, like he's the only one out here doing this, I mean, I just think it's absurd. I think it's crazy. And I hope that he doesn't get all that time. He doesn't deserve all that time. For somebody who had demons in the industry who covered all these demons up because they partake in the same things. And just because R. Kelly stopped fulfilling his rituals, now my man got to be punished, and now he has to be put out for the world to see. And everybody probably, today they like, yo, yeah, R. Kelly got what he deserved, and it's about time that predator went to jail. No, I understand my man did some wrong things, man, but nobody deserved to be mishandled and put as a scapegoat for an industry full of these niggas. But I want y'all to get in the comment box, man. Let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think R. Kelly got what he deserved, being found guilty on all 9 federal charges? Human trafficking. Some of these words, like, we know real human trafficking, sex trafficking that's going on. Not parents who got paid off, got the payola, and then once the payola ran dry, now they want to get their daughter back, or now they want to come at Mr. R. Kelly. I really want to know what y'all think about this, though. Like, do y'all think my man got what he deserved? Or do you think these people just used him up and then he eventually just didn't have any more to give? Or do you just think he's just tired of playing the fucking games and just said, let's just get it over with? I really want to hear what y'all got to say about this, man. Y'all get in the comment box. Like, subscribe, share this video, hit the notification tab so y'all get tapped in every time I drop one. It's your boy Don Peoples. Deadbolt. Gone.